Our next speaker is Pamela Ferguson-Bray. She'll be presenting the Governor's Proclamation. She's the Executive Director of the Hawaii Crime Victim Compensation Commission. I cannot even tell you how many years Pam and I have worked together. 35, 40, a long time. Pam has been a stalwart. Not too many years ago, during Crime Victims' Rights Week, Pam was recognized as one of the special advocates by the U.S. Department of Justice. And that didn't stop her. She's still working hard as a director to keep victims at the center of the process and to make sure that victims get what the support that they deserve. I first met Pam when she was a deputy prosecuting attorney. She had come from the Attorney General's office where she prosecuted child abuse, or she handled child abuse cases. In our office, she prosecuted all sorts of cases, but then became really distinguished herself working on a legislative team and also headed up a couple of statewide training projects for deputy prosecuting attorneys. So she's done a lot. She, however, eventually found her way over to the Crime Victim Compensation Commission, and she has been the executive director there since 1999. She is, I must say, the most committed person that I know for crime victims, and I've worked with a lot of people over the years. And I know she's here to present the Governor's Proclamation, but I would also like just to thank her personally from the podium here for all that she's done. Pam?
Thank you. And Steve was my supervisor back long ago when I was young, before I had gray hair. It is really a privilege to do this work and to be here today. On behalf of the Crime Victim Compensation Commission, which is a statewide agency, the Department of Public Safety, the Paroling Authority, the Department of the Prosecuting Attorney for the Honolulu City and County, and our group, the National Crime Victims' Rights Week Coalition, the group of staff and partners who came together to make this happen today. Thank you for joining us to celebrate Crime Victims' Rights Week. It really gives us an opportunity to take some time and to honor the people that we work with and to honor the people that interact with the system and help us learn about what their needs are and what we can do to do a better job in this work that we do. This opportunity is particularly moving because for many of us, either we haven't met each other but may have seen each other on a Zoom call, or we haven't been able to see each other for these many years. So it's really just, like I said, it's even more moving to be together to celebrate this moment and the work we do and crime victims and survivors because of that. The proclamation for the governor, we very much appreciate the governor and his willingness to express his support. And the proclamation is up here, so I'm going to read the bottom part of the proclamation for you. So the proclamation part. The governor does hereby proclaim that April 24th through 30th as Crime Victims' Rights Week in Hawaii, and ask the people of the Aloha State to join him in reaffirming Hawaii's commitment to creating a victim service and criminal justice response system that assists all crime victims regardless of race, color, religion, national origin, age, gender, sexual orientation, or economic status, and to express gratitude and appreciation for those community members, victim service providers, and criminal justice professionals who are committed to improving crime victim response so that they might find relevant assistance, support, justice, and peace. And this was signed on the 5th of April by the governor. So we very much appreciate him once again joining us in really proclaiming from the highest place in our state that this is important. As Reverend Al said, what this is about this year, every year they pick a theme: rights, access, equity, and inclusion. So I wanted to highlight some of the projects that we've been working on that really speak to the heart of that, and that we've been fortunate, I think, pretty much on all of them to work with most of the members of the community, or will be in the future. As I said, with the Crime Victim Compensation Commission, hopefully everybody knows, our staff is here if you need information about compensation to cover your violent crime-related expenses. Every state has a program like this to make sure that, in the hopes that victims are not emotionally and financially hurt by crime. So these types of programs offer a real lifeline to folks. One of our other projects, we have a wonderful partnership with folks which were surprise partners in a way in some of our work. The Department of Public Safety and the Paroling Authority have been real rock stars with us in making sure that victims get financial justice through restitution. We have a little project, which is what Eric Holder recognized the commission for, to make sure that inmates and parolees are held financially accountable. We've delivered about $4.6 million to crime victims in the last decade of restitution from a population that many people think cannot pay. So we firmly believe that if everybody in the system does the work they should do, from the judiciary, the paroling authority to corrections, that victims can find financial justice in this system. One of our most exciting new partnerships is a collaboration for post-conviction victim services. The Department of Public Safety and the Paroling Authority have helped us base post-conviction services together in our office so that we can provide seamless services post-conviction to victims of violent crimes and survivors. And from what we're hearing nationally, this is one of the first programs that really has a robust post-conviction victim service component. So we're very, very excited about that. A little later in the year, we'll have a web-based, working on a web, you can tell I'm not the one in the office that's the tech person, like a web address, which we've got, it's up part of it right now, which will provide access to victims about their rights, about the services, we'll provide training. We've got podcasts, we've interviewed a bunch of folks already. There's podcasts helping people learn about the system from the people who are part of the system. So we know that we'll be working with everybody here and then reach, as far out into the community. Dennis has done a podcast to really enable victims to know for themselves what their rights are, to do self-help, to find solutions at their time and that are uniquely designed for them. So we're very much looking forward to that, and we'll provide more information to the community. Thank you again for letting me speak, and we invite you all to honor folks later, memorialize crime victims and service providers, and thank you. Thank you, Dennis.